we have to treat ourselves the same way in the eyes of God. God knows what he wants from us. God knows how he wants us to do it. And there's only one proper way to do it, and that's his way. The other thing about serving God in his way is it's all inclusive of all of his children. We're not perfect like God. We still are too judgmental as humans. We like to feel we're better than this or better than that. We're above this and we're above that. And when you go into trying to serve God with the attitude that you're above anything, you've already lost. You're already wrong, because the minute you walk up to another human being trying to be judgmental, it doesn't work, because that person, you have rubbed that person the wrong way and you've turned that person off. And if our mission here in Brooks is to make disciples of Jesus Christ, we can only do that if we do it his way. We cannot bring anybody else to the Lord if we're going to do it in a judgmental way or in a way that pumps ourselves up over someone else. So we really have to just move the egos aside. One person that I want to point out here is I promised Terry I wasn't going to pick on him today, so I decided I was going to pick on Graham a little bit. And the reason I chose you, Graham, is because you have no idea, Graham, how many smiles you put on my face and Tracy's face when we leave with your Graham antics, we'll call them. You know, standing in the doorway as you are now, blocking access and, you know. Amen, right? You know, maybe, Graham, if you know, we should collect the offering there, because you'd make a great human toll the way you always are. But I call upon Graham because Graham is very much like a child. I think of Graham as that mischievous little boy who never quite grew up. But that spirit, that little boyish spirit, that little mischievous devil that is the Graham Greaves that we all love, is exactly what makes Graham a good servant of God, because he is simple and childlike, and come to me as you are, come to me as the children are. Graham has it all right there. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to point out Graham, because Graham is certainly a man among us who is not afraid to show that he is very much a child of God. And we can all take a page from that, because that, as I said, that's what we need to do, is to simply put ourselves aside, because it's about God's agenda. Serving God is about his agenda. It's not about our agenda. It's not about our quest for glory or anything other than God's purpose. So in order to serve, that's the first step, is to just humble yourself, to listen, and to let go of the ego, and to remember that we are his children. Another reason that I like to point out that we are his children is it's a lot easier to keep your perspective when you see yourself as God's child, because, you know, we go through this life and we grow up and we become adults, and you know, we can't wait to become adults so we can start telling other people what to do, because, you know, as children, we're always told what to do. Don't do this, don't do that, don't skin your knee, don't do this, don't touch that, don't put this in your mouth. So we want to get older and become adults so we can start bossing people around. And young people, wait. Don't rush to grow old. Enjoy your lives and enjoy the journey to this point, because you'll get to this point and you'll be like, wow, I wasted all those little years. You know, once you get over 18, you're going to be introduced to a whole new word called responsibility. And then you get something else which comes out of responsibility, bills. And you have to be responsible for your own bills. And in addition to all of that, my young people, in addition to being responsible for your bills and everything, you still have to find a way to become a good servant of the Lord. No, I should not say to become a good servant of the Lord, because you already are. I should say to remain a good servant and to become stronger in your service, because just coming up here every week, you provide such a service. You don't know how much joy you put in our hearts, and how wonderful it is for all of us who have the opportunity to address you, it's just a wonderful thing. And we're trying to serve you so that God's legacy will continue, so that God's kingdom will grow through each and every one of you. So don't ever think that your role here is insignificant, because it is not. And when we truly let God lead us, we don't have to do anything but wait, because he gives us everything that we need. We always talk about works without faith is meaningless, or faith without work is meaningless. But when you serve God in his way, Brooks, when you truly let go of your ego and you allow God to just place you place your complete trust in God and saying, I know you want me to do something. I don't know what it is, and I don't know when it is, and I don't know where or how, but I'm going to let you just use me and take me wherever you want to go. Then, Brooks, we begin to approach that place where we have works with faith, works through faith. Because if you step out to do something for God and you don't know what it is, and it may be something so far out of your comfort zone, but you know that you have to do it simply because God has called you to do it, and you know that God will empower you with everything that you need at that moment, that is works with faith. And that is serving God in his way, not in man's way. That's what we need to aspire to let go of ourselves and to just see ourselves as God's children, and to know that we each will be called. And no matter what that call is, that we'll be ready. And it's not about judging anyone, and it's just about knowing in our hearts that God will just give us everything that we need. And when we've done that, then we've truly moved into that place where we're serving God in his way. Serving God in his way, not man's way. Thank you.